Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? We're back for this Valentine's Friday night in America. Ain't Valentine's here. It is Saturday, the 15th here. So Valentine's long gone. That was yesterday here. So, but happy Valentine's to all the lovers out there in America. Hope you're having, well, I hope you're not here. I hope you're not here at midnight on Valentine's Day. If you're here and you got a partner and you got a hot date and you're listening to me, something went terribly wrong on your Valentine's Day. Very wrong. It's good to it's good to see you. It's good to see everyone. Hey, Kalisa, how are you? Deborah, April B, Natasha, how are you? Marilyn Landis is here. Rachel, Andrew, good to see you, buddy. Retired RN, Mr. Dan Yee's here. Lynn D, retired RN. I think I said that before. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. I don't know. I Hate Mornings is here. Gayla's here. We may be lacking in people tonight. I hope they're all out having a hot date. I hope that's where they are. Because, like, that I could understand if they're like, oh, I didn't go to Pink Show last night. I was too busy having Valentine's and getting busy. And I'd be like, all right, well, that's way better than coming here. Um, so tonight's title is a favorite of mine, and it is that you don't have to be smart to be a criminal. And I have a story for you. Might be the dumbest criminals I've ever heard of. Might be. I think we may have a new record for 2025. And these people, I don't know who hired them for this particular crime, but they might be the Timu version of a hitman. They might be the Timu version. You get it and you're like, ooh, this is not quite right. It doesn't fit. That's exactly what happened here. Uh, they they are not good criminals. So what we like to do on this channel, we like to make fun of criminals who apparently can't criminal very well, and they tend to get caught from their own actions. So they're, they're not that good. Unfortunately, so it's this one here. Uh, as you guys can see, I hope I can make that large enough for you. There, a girl, she was 9 years old, was shot during a Sydney gang war after hired killers couldn't find her father. But wait, that sounds like, okay, they couldn't get to the dad, so they shot the daughter, to send a message. No, that's not what happened. That is not what happened, and I'll tell you all about it. But I'll read the top here to give you a bit of background. They say a 9-year-old girl who was gunned down outside her Sydney house by ruthless gangsters who turned up looking for her father. The shocking incident took place as the youngster was helping bring grocery bags inside to the home, with the girl's mother braving a hail of bullets to drag her bleeding daughter inside. The pair of assassins were contracted to kill the girl's father, who was involved in a drug syndicate. And when he wasn't one of the people who stepped out of their BMW, wait, and when he wasn't there, okay, and when he wasn't at the property, one of the assassins, stepped out of the BMW they were traveling in and opened fire on an unsuspecting group of children. Children. And then I'm going to read you a message down here. I'm going to open up this link, but this is this is the little girl right here. This is after she got dragged inside after being shot outside her home when they couldn't find her father. And yeah, that's her helping with the groceries right here before she is shot in front of her home. And there's the car that, in Sydney, if you want to know if there's been a gangland shooting, look for the car that is on fire, because that is the calling card of a gangland hit. Now they got caught, and I'm gonna explain to you why these people might be the dumbest criminals on earth. All right. So in an encrypted chat, and I'll explain how they got to the encrypted chat in a minute. They said here that they were told to have a clean shot on the father. Make sure you have a clean shot on him. Make sure you only shoot him, and that the target was a fat F who couldn't move quickly. When the hit went, wrong, one of the pair wrote in the encrypted chat that the father wasn't even there and they shot some fat kid. And then a third person replied, "Did you hit the kid? How the F did this happen?" And I'll explain how they got caught. So here's one of the guys here. Looks like a big tough guy. Seems to like to shoot children though, because he can't find the adult. And you see some evidence items here, including the one that we had in our thumbnail tonight. I'll explain how this adds to the story in a second. All right. So after they ran from this shooting, they had a car parked nearby, a Mini Cooper that they were going to switch into. They were going to burn the other car that they came in, the BMW. They were going to switch to this Mini Cooper. The car that they hid nearby, when they jumped in the car and tried to start the vehicle, it didn't work. So they were left in the car that they had already been seen in. It's already on surveillance camera because they did the shooting in it. So they drove around the corner, tried to hop into a Mini Cooper, and it wouldn't go. So they left it there full of evidence, including including this canister here. I think one had gas in it, and they also had bleach to bleach any items that they may have touched. Some prepaid gift vouchers, a sweet and sour dipping sauce from a fast food restaurant, and a receipt for Kmart. This is like something you get when you go. You know those you ever seen those like online, those, what are they called? Like a mail order thing, and they give you like one mystery per month to solve, like a true crime. This is it. They're like, look at this photo. Can you track back the killers and find out who committed this murder? Like, this is what it is. It's like one of those starter kits for midnight mysteries, where you do it in like a dinner party together. That's what. And then they left a weapon too that didn't, like, it got some burn damage, but it seems fine. They said they also, yeah, so they said after fleeing and setting fire, actually, I thought they were still in the BMW, but check this out. After fleeing and setting fire to the BMW, they tried to switch into the Mini that they had hid nearby, but it didn't work. So they didn't have a car. Their other car was on fire, burning in the street, and they had no way to escape the area. So apparently they just fled on foot into bushland as police scoured the area with a helicopter. They say police later found the Mini Cooper, with bottles of petrol used to set the BMW alight, Windex and bleach inside, along with a lighter that had one of the men's DNA on it. A balaclava and pistol and mobile cell phone, were found days later at Parklands in the southern Sydney suburb of Oatley. So these guys just basically left clues everywhere they went. They left clues on CCTV. They left clues in their car that wouldn't start. They burnt another car. They ran off into bushland and were caught. These guys, this might be the worst, assassination attempt I think I've ever heard of. It just, nothing went right. And I don't know if it was poor planning or just, like, why would you not check your getaway car? Why would you not check that the day before? At least go and, go there and try and start the vehicle, make sure it works. Instead, you you tried to run away to the vehicle after you burnt the vehicle you came in, and you've got no way of getting out of the area. Lucky they were caught, but we only heard about this just now. This happened a while ago. There was a gag order on this story for a long period of time until their cases had been dealt with in the court. So I'm going to take you to the Daily Mail as well. Yeah, this is a photo just after. This must be from the CCTV at their house. This is just after the poor little girl was shot. They're saying this is a shocking moment. A 9-year-old girl was shot by an assassin who came to her family's home to murder her father, marking the most disgraceful chapter in Sydney's gangland war. Yeah, so what they mean by that is these criminals used to work on a ideology of, adults are sort of fair game. Men are sort of fair game. If you want to kill your rival, that's fine, but you don't kill women and children. In the last 12 months in New South Wales, we have seen both women and children now being killed in this gangland war. So those old rules that they used to live by are no longer anything they think about or do. They don't do that anymore. They're saying here, the document said the gunman stood at the end of the driveway and fired 5 shots into a crowd of 3 children who were helping their mother unload groceries into the home. And there's a screenshot of the mum and the daughter taking, or it might be a kid, taking groceries into the home. You can see they're just doing their, what they want to help their mum. They say one of the bullets hit the girl in the right hip and exited through the other. She dropped to the ground, unaware of what was causing the pain. Her shocked siblings looked back at the gunman as he continued firing bullets through the front door. Inside the home, the girl's mother was packing groceries into a cupboard. A number of bullets that missed her children flew over her head and left a plume of smoke when they hit a wall. They say the document showed the mother placed her hands on her face in disbelief as her daughter was lying on the floor by the front door. She immediately raced into the line of fire and dragged the injured girl into the kitchen. The mother and siblings tended to the girl while, emergency services were called to help. Here's one of those alleged gunmen, the clever guy he is. They say, according to documents, a woman noticed her daughter's eyes were open, but also that the young girl was unresponsive and had blood all over the bottom half of her. She called her husband and told him that their daughter had been shot and that she was dead. Luckily, the girl did survive, but will suffer lifelong injuries after being shot in her hip. Apparently, she still suffers pain and finds it hard to sleep at night. The shooting robbed her of the activities she loves, like playing sport or riding a bike, martial arts, and swimming. Sounds like she was a pretty active girl before the shooting. They say after the shooting, she was rushed to Sydney's Children's Hospital, where she underwent emergency surgery. They say it was partially successful, but left her unable to move her left leg, foot, and toes. After 2 more surgeries, she was left with a permanent limp. The girl also missed a year of school and now faces a life impacted by her father's career choice. How awful. It says here she suffers long-term nerve damage and wears a ilio- ileostomy bag. Ileostomy? Hold on. Do you know what that is? Oi, Cookie. What's an ileostomy bag? Do you know what that is? Same thing.
Yeah, so basically your large bowel's been removed, but they have to, so they've only got you small, and they bring it to the surface.
And they call that an ileostomy bag.
Yeah, because ileo is your, that's what it's called.
Okay, so it's the same as a colostomy bag. Okay, all right. Same as a colostomy bag, just slightly different. Different part, connected to a different part.
No, not really. It just means that
Why does it got a different name then?
because that's what's in proper.
Who names these things? Who names them?
Sometimes people have like bits of their bowel removed, and they still might have a colostomy bag. A ileum bag is like basically you've only got your small intestine, and they've brought it to the surface. That's how you go to the toilet.
Okay.
So it's very similar.
Yeah. All right. There you go. Education from Mrs. Ping. So it sounds like she's going to have a pretty hard life if she's still got to have that every day. How it must have been through the shooting. It must have gone through her bowel or something. Terrible. And yeah, it says she wears that ileostomy bag every day. She requires an ankle foot brace and uses a range of mobility aids, including a walker, pickup frame, crutches, a wheelchair, and a showering chair just to shower every day. They say the details of the shocking episode can be revealed after one of the assailants pleaded guilty to his role in the shooting. I'm going to call him Oselli. He's 24. Last week pleaded guilty to shooting with intent to murder and conspiracy to murder. This is when they set that car alight, that BMW, that was their only way out after their Mini Cooper failed to start. So they're saying here he is listed as being sentenced on February 26th. So in about 10 days. In about 10 days, he'll be sentenced for his part in this atrocity. They're saying his co-offender, his name is Mahmoud, he's 36, will be sentenced to a maximum of 12 years in jail. Was sentenced to a maximum 12 years in jail in December 2023 after pleading guilty to conspiracy to murder and causing GBH, which is grievous bodily harm. They say the Saturday-Sunday Telegraph has been legally prevented from revealing the details after the two men's cases were separated. They say a non-publication order was placed over both cases until the end of Oselli's trial. Now, that now falls away because he has pleaded guilty and won't stand trial in front of a jury. So now they can report on it. And that's why we found out today, after this being hidden for a good period of time by the courts with a gag order. They're saying here, despite the planning, the murder attempt was the work of bumbling amateurs. Yes, I would say yes. How dumb do you need to be? How dumb to not check your getaway vehicle? Like, you parked it there, somehow you got it there. So if you went back to check on it, ain't no one gonna care. And you were like, oh, if I go back to the area, they might see me. They might get me on a security camera checking on the car. Bro, you parked it there. Like, what else are you gonna do with it? You should at least check on it. You know, you should at least make sure it works. They're saying, according, both men set fire to the BMW, fled on foot into the bush. That's a weird Australian word, could mean other things especially on Valentine's Day in different countries. There may be slang in other countries. I suspect maybe the UK. They say they jumped in the water as police hovered above the scene in a helicopter. They say police later found the Mini with a petrol container, bottles of bleach, and Windex inside. It's like a serial killer's starter kit. I need some Windex, I need some bottles of bleach, and some petrol. Either that or some sort of arsonist. They say Rizik's DNA was found on a lighter inside the car. 2 days after the shooting, police found the balaclava, mobile phone, and pistol that were used in the shootings at Oatley Pleasure Grounds. That's a weird name for a place. It sounds like a strip joint. What is it? Oh, it's just a park. Why would they name it that? It sounds like a place. It sounds like a place creepy old men go to, go look at naked women. Yeah, apparently it's just a park. So this is where they must have jumped into the water here or something, because they located them in the water with the police helicopter, and then later on found associating devices. So including that mobile phone, which was connected to an encrypted chat that had all their planning in it. They had the person who hired them, like the instructions for the attempted murder. Isn't that the first thing you'd get rid of if you were going to go commit a crime? You would be like, I'm going to log out of here. I'm going to delete this app and I'm going to burn the phone. Like, that's the last thing you want to talk to anyone, or if you happen to be caught, you don't want that on you, because they're just going to be able to read through your entire planning of the event. It's like dobbing yourself in to authorities. So that leads into the whole, you don't have to be smart to be a criminal. And that is very true in this particular case. This is where they found the weapon. So they just found the weapon lying on the ground at Oatley, just hanging out. They say here the phone that they end up finding contained a lengthy text message exchange called Clockwork on the encrypted messaging app Threema. The chat included detailed instructions on carrying out the shooting from a person known as Silent. They say they used the handle, or Rizik used the handle, Red Drum 187. Or does he think he's cool? I think he thinks he's cool. He's using some sort of like backwards word with the 187. Oh, he must be real gangster. While Oselli was known as Chucky. Where do they choose these names? After his arrest, police noted that the red drum tattoo on Rizik's index finger. So he had basically a murder tattoo on his index finger. They're not very clever, are they? I'm gonna make a chat. I'm gonna make an encrypted chat. So it's super encrypted. Ain't no one gonna get in here. But I'm gonna leave the phone where the police can find it, and I'm gonna make my name the same name that I have tattooed on my middle finger or index finger. Sorry. Well, we can do that too. It's not like who are these people? Like who on what criminal job site where they were like, yes, these guys definitely seem like the best candidate for the job. Is there a seek.com for attempted murder? You know, I need a hitman. I'm going to go to seek.com. Yes, this guy looks like he's a young guy, but I think we can mold him and we can give him experience. You know, I think he'll be a good find. Nope, these guys were very dumb. Apparently Silent wrote in that encrypted chat, "Good luck, brothers. Remember, run up when you confident you got him so you don't miss. He's a fat F, so he can't move quickly." In another, Silent wrote, "Just wait for him to be getting out of the car and run up on him. Just make sure you have the perfect shot and confirm it's him before you run down. We cannot miss it. We cannot miss, my bro." Well, they did, and they shot a child instead. So they didn't. I don't know how they confused that child with its father. I don't think they did. Anyway, here's some of the evidence that they found, including that bottle of petrol. I'm not sure if that's petrol or bleach, but I would suggest it could be one, probably petrol. 2 gift cards, which will be easy for police to trace. Now that they actually have the cards, they can trace everything on there. They can just log in with the number on the back of the card. A sweet and sour sauce from McDonald's, and a Kmart receipt with a timestamp on it, which will help police go back to Kmart and ask for the CCTV around the time on the receipt. So these guys never watched a true crime documentary in their lives, went and decided to try their hand at attempted murder, an attempted assassination. Not very clever. Did she? It's like some kind of gang. I'd suggest it's something like just rival drug dealers, just rival families in that deal in moving drugs across New South Wales. So that's what I would say it is. April B said these people are stupid and created a painful life for the young girl. That young girl's life is never going to be the same, ever. Nine Alana says, "Hello everyone, how are you tonight, Pinksters? We are doing okay. How are you?" Jonna says, like some kind of gang. Yeah, it is. Hey Penguin, I'll be here for a short while, not a long while. All right, have fun, my friend. Hope you got a hot date. Let's see. Yep, we're doing good. Let me go back up here. I want to read some stories. Rachel said she's lucky but has a lifetime of pain ahead of her. What kind of person does this to a child? Yeah, indeed. That's right. Criminals who can't criminal very well. They're not good at their jobs. They would be fired. Well, they have been fired. They're now in jail. That's what happens when you're a criminal and you're not good at your job. Unlike people in the corporate world and you have to go find another job, these people go to jail. That's how you get fired. You don't you're either that or they get people to come and put a hit out on you. So you either go to jail or they kill you. So that's all you get. That's how you get fired in that kind of world. Hey Marjorie, how are you, my friend? Hey Danny, good to see you, buddy. I'm glad you could be here tonight. I know the shows are very late for you, buddy. Hey, good news. Starting March 1st, starting the 1st of March, we are going back to 9 p.m. Shows from the 1st of March. So I know it's been a long wait, a long 3 months, but we're going back to 9 p.m. shows from the 1st of March in about 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, we're going to go back to the early shows. So let me see. Nalana says, we have very heavy rain moving in soon. Lots of heavy rain in Kentucky and Tennessee. Pray there is not bad flooding. I pray. I don't want any flooding. I don't know. But what did they get sentenced to? Let's have a look. There's the car, by the way. There we go. Yeah, let me show you the vehicle. This is what was left of that BMW. This is the vehicle they torched and then couldn't get out of the area. Someone's poor BMW. So apparently when they arrested him in Neville Street, Oatley, they asked why he was soaking wet. He told police he had been swimming laps with Ian Thorpe. So he's trying to be a smartass to police. What an idiot. So yeah, I don't have. So the first one will be sentenced. No, the second one will be sentenced in about a week. The other one already had his done. He got 12 years in jail. I don't know if 12 years is long enough for what he did to that little girl. But apparently some of the consideration for sentencing was that her father and his job inherently brought risk onto his daughter's life. And that is why they didn't give these guys a life sentence, is because they say the father has to take some responsibility that he himself is a criminal and drug, like a drug dealer, and that part of his daughter's injuries are because of him. So they're saying that is why they didn't get a larger sentence for what they did to the little girl. So they got 12 years in jail. I expect the one that will be sentenced on the end of Feb will get a very similar 12 years. Nalana said, so Ping, will the early time change to be at the same time as Web Sleuths? No, Web Sleuth starts at 10:30. We'll be on at 9 p.m. So we'll be on at 9 p.m. an hour and a half before Trish. So an hour and a half. Gayla says, why it shouldn't affect her if it was her the crime happened to. I don't know. That's just the way they look at it. Yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern is about an hour and a half before Web Sleuth goes live. So yeah, March 1st. Hold on, I need a drink. Hold on. Hey, April, it's okay. The weekends will probably still be a later show. It'll just go back to the way we used to do it, where it's sort of like Monday to Thursday were earlier shows, and then I think it's like Friday, Saturday it'll be late, like tonight. And then on Sundays we do Trisha's time slot, which is 10:30. So it's only 4 nights of the week that is going to change to 9 p.m. And you'll still have plenty of late shows every week to tune into. Yeah, it'll be 8 p.m. for you if you're in Central Time Zone. So yeah, we'll be going back to the early shows from March 1st. Jonna says they're brain dead on drugs. Maybe. I don't think these guys are drug users. I think they're drug dealers. And yeah, I don't. Well, I mean, I get their reasoning that part of the risk on that little girl is because of the father. There's not much you can do about that if you're in the criminal underworld. Your children are always going to have a higher risk compared to other children whose parents say work in, I don't know, insurance. Like, who knows? It is a high risk lifestyle. And that is how the court sees it. They see it if you are involved in underworld activities, that your life is at risk at every point, every day, 365 days a year. It's 9 p.m. here. It's 9 p.m. somewhere. We used to do a show called It's 9 p.m. Somewhere because I always was late. April B says, I can handle that then. Yeah, it'll be fine. It is just to give the other people an opportunity to have a go, because there's a lot of people who can't stay up till midnight. And I feel like we did this for 3 months, and then I'll switch back for the what is it? For the spring and summer in the USA, we'll go back to having the earlier show, and then when you guys go back to winter, we'll switch it again, and we'll go back to having the late show, and that's the way we're going to do it. Hold on. Sorry about that. This weather, it's crazy down here. It is screwing up with my like sinuses, and I feel like I got a cold. It's really odd. The children don't get to choose the lifestyle, though. No, they don't. But that is why we always put the responsibility on who? The parent. It's up to the parent to keep their children safe. And if that means you have to change your career from being a drug dealer to I don't know, any other job in the world, then that's what you have to do, right? So that parent had a choice: keep my children safe or be part of the underworld. It's that cut and dry. Yeah. So yeah. So when March 1st, the other people will get to go. I think that's fair. There's a lot of people who have missed out on being at the live shows over the last few months because we've been doing them so late, and I feel bad for them. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do try to look out for everyone. I wish I could go at a time where it was good for everyone, but we can't because if I go too early, we get cut off by Websource, and if I go too late, it's just too late. Do you know what I mean? I'm sort of hamstrung between the times that I can do it, and this is the best way right now that I've figured it all out. That figured it all out? No. This is the best way I figured how to do it. If there was another way to do it, I would do it, but I can't figure out a different time that suits everyone. Like that suits me, and that I don't run into their show and stuff like that. Trish would tell me just to run my show at 10:30, but I'm never going to do that. She's told me before. She's like, "You can start at 10:30 if you want to," but I don't want to do that. It would split our audience because about 50% of my audience is originally from WebSleuth, and about the other 50% are different people that don't go there. So it's sort of like a mishmash of people. So it's a bit hard. Yeah, I think it's a good compromise. There's no pleasing everyone. I know. So we'll see how it goes with the 9 p.m. It's just, yeah, it's just been, I'm getting a lot of comments from a lot of people saying that it's just too late at night. Like midnight is too late, and that they haven't been able to come and hang out on the show and things like that. And it's been affecting our numbers too. Since I changed to the late show, our viewership has dropped like 35%, and so has a bunch of our other metrics. Even though when I said I would only do the early show, everyone cried about it and then said, "No, we missed the late show." So I switched it back to the late show, and then our viewership dropped by 35%. I should have believed the analytics at the start. Remember we had this conversation, and I said my analytics tell me that no one watches the late show. And you guys are like, "No, we love the late show. It's the best one." And I was like, all right. I hear you. I'll do the late show. And then the analytics proved true. It's all right. I like the late show. It's me personally, I love the late show. It's my favorite one. But at the same time, I get it's very late for people on the East Coast. So Retired Oren says we are fickle. I know. I appreciate it. Thank you. Always believe the analytics. I know, buddy. I know. I come from an analytical world in networking and cybersecurity. So I normally do believe my analytics. Sean says, yellow. Hello. Good to see you. Hey, Sean. Are you feeling any better, buddy? Hope you are. By the way, I have to do an update on this before we get to the next story. I put out a call about a week ago for people to help me get some Girl Scout cookies. That has come through a million times over, and I don't need anyone else to offer to help. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for writing in. I do appreciate it. One of my good friends from the show has been able to organize that for me. So we should have some Girl Scout cookies here in maybe a month, maybe about 3-4 weeks, something like that. And yeah, I'll show them on the show. Do you guys want me to do a taste testing of Girl Scout cookies, and you can get an opinion from an Australian? I might do that. I might do that. We can do a taste test of Girl Scout cookies on the show. Retired RN. RX Girl, thank you very much, my friend. I hope you had a good week of trial. The Megan Boswell trial was great. I really appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much. It really does help. Yeah, you guys want me to taste test Girl Scout cookies? All right, I will. I will do that. Hey Texas, how are you? Yes, they look good. We can have cookies with ping. That's right. I will do that. I don't know which ones. I don't want to name the person who did it. I'll just say it's someone who's one of our regulars was able to. I wish I could tell you the story because they wrote me this email about going to find the Girl Scout cookies where they live, and they were like, "Oh, I was driving around for like 4 hours to like every place that had because they have a website apparently where they tell you where the girls will be selling the cookies." And that person's like, I was driving around for like, several hours and the girls just weren't there. He doesn't know why, but apparently they all showed up later in the day. And I was like, they probably have school. They probably have to go to school during the day. They probably can only do it in the evenings or something like that. But yeah, they wrote this great story to me about how they had to drive around having to look for it. Marjorie said that would be great. It's been a long time since I had a Girl Scout cookie. And they go for sale in spring. Apparently, my buddy who is in a state, I'm not going to tell you which one, sent me photos today of Girl Scout cookies. He sent me a photo today of ones they bought today. So they are out there. They are out, and the girls are already selling them because he sent me photos of them today. I know a few people did show me that, and I tried to do it online, but they do not ship to Australia. You might be able to do it locally, but I tried to do it and get them shipped to me here. Didn't work. Wouldn't let me put in Australia as an option. So we tried that already. Nanalana says you'll need to ask Ping about Tim Tams. I've heard they are amazing. All right. I will tell you the secret to Tim Tams. And this is the secret. The ones made by Pepperidge Farm or whatever they're called, they're terrible. Don't buy those. They're not the same. Here, Cookie. I call her Cookie sometimes. Cookie, can you give me the Tim Tams? So her nickname, her pet name is Cookie. Oh, you already had them? Were you eating these while I was talking? Hold on. So they're Tim Tams. Here, I can probably open this up. Let's have a look. It's getting all over my hands. Hold on. So, okay. Do I have clean? Yeah, okay. These are Tim Tams. You can look at my really bad nails. There you go. Yeah, I'll put my hand there so you can't see it. These are Tim Tams. So they're full of chocolate. As you can see, my hands are covered in chocolate now. They're like a if you've never had one, they're really nice. But they've got like a chocolate cream on the inside. They've got like a cracker / biscuit on 2 layers. So on the top there's a crackery thing. On the bottom there is one, and then in the middle it's chocolate cream, and then around the outside it's this really melty chocolate that you get all over your hands. But it's pretty good. Pretty good. And if you live in England, you might call this a penguin. They are called penguins in the UK. And if you tell a UK person that Tim Tams are better than penguins, they might fight you. They might fight you over it. We have had wars between the UK and Australia. Many emus were lost. Many emus died. They all died from fighting over Tim Tams and penguins. People already have them here. I know, but they're made by Petridge Farms. These are not. These are made by Arnott's. It's got a different brand here. So as you can see, it's made by a different brand, Arnott's. You don't want that. These ones these ones are good. The ones made by Petridge Farms are not as good. They're not as nice. I've heard that their chocolate's different. The cracker on the inside, like the biscuit, is completely different. So yeah. Marjorie said, "Do you have any foreign, aka international American, Girl Scout troops over there? My daughter was in a line troop overseas when we lived in Japan in the 90s. I don't think we had cookies there. Yeah. So we have what do we call them here? Cookie. What do we call them here? The Girl Scouts. What are they called? Is that what they're called? I think brownies are a different company. Are they called Girl Guides? So in Australia, I think they're called Girl Guides. I'll show you. They used to make a cookie too. I'll show it to you. They used to make one too, but it's not as good. Nowhere near as good as the American one. All right. Hey, Cookie, can you take these? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we finished with them. Thanks. You can eat that. See you later. All right. Let me show you this. So they did have a. If we go to Girl Guides in Ballarat, that's where Samantha Murphy's from. If we go to Girl Guide Ballarat, I'll show you. They tried to do it in Australia at one point. It says here, Girl Guides have been selling biscuits in Australia for almost 60 years. Annually, Australian Girl Guides sell more than over 500,000 packets of Girl Guide biscuits. That's 13 million Girl Guide biscuits being consumed. Now, they look very similar to like a trefoil. If you look at them, at least the original one looks very similar to the USA one. It looks very similar to a trefoil. But the other ones do not. This chocolate one, I don't know what that one was. I think it's the same as the the Guide biscuit original, but it has a chocolate back, like it has a dipped in chocolate. And then they had these mini ones here that were just like smaller versions. And then they had chocolate chip, but they didn't have like the cool flavors that you guys have, like the Samoas and they got a new one that's like a French toast. Like who does that? Who's crazy enough to put French toast into a biscuit? It's crazy. But yeah, so they did this for a long time, but they stopped selling them in 2021. In 2020, here you can see. Unfortunately, the selling of Girl Guide biscuits in Australia discontinued in 2021. Fingers crossed it returns one day. So for some reason they stopped doing it. But Girl Guides are sort of like our Girl Scout. Very similar, just slightly different names. I don't know why they have different names. But yeah, similar program for young ladies to learn leadership and make friends, go into the bushland and learn how to survive or whatever. I don't know what they do. Fight other troops for things. Brownies are young Girl Scouts in the making. Okay, thanks for that. Girl Scout cookies are $7 now. I'll have to ask my friend who bought them how much they were. I told him I'd pay him for them. And he's like, nah, don't worry about it. But no, I'll pay him. I don't know. I heard they were $6, but maybe they've gone up again. Maybe they've gone up again. It's rainbows. Brownies, then GG. Okay. Glad to hear Mrs. Ping. Yeah, she's doing all right. Hold on, I'll turn the camera off. Hey, do you want to come here? We need, I bought a mobile microphone from the Sheen thing, so I can give you one next time, and you can just talk through it. How you going? How you feeling?
I'm better.
Better?
Yeah.
Better's a spectrum, right?
It is a bit of a spectrum. I'm better in the sense that since I've had my iron,
Feeling a bit better for the iron, yeah.
My sodium levels.
Sodium levels are back up.
Yeah, but
Now you have to drink the
still-
salt drink.
yes, that's not fun.
Yeah, after she got out of hospital, she had a blood test this week and her sodium dropped again. It went from 130.
It was 130 in hospital, and now it's 125.
She dropped 5 points in a week. So they put her on this stuff. It's called St. Mark's solution. So she has to make you have to put salt in it, glycol powder or something, bicarb, water, and some sort of cordial to make it taste better. So she has to drink this salt solution instead of water. She's not allowed to drink any normal water. So
Which is not fun, but it's okay.
Well-
Hopefully, it gets my sodium levels up, so I don't have to go back into hospital because I don't want to go back there.
no, that would suck.
Yes,
Going to hospital is shit.
it is. Yeah.
How's your Valentine's Day?
Well, it was all right. We didn't do much, but it was a quiet night, so
Yeah. I told them we're gonna go away.
postpone it.
We
Yeah,
postponed it, yeah, because we're gonna go away.
hopefully later.
Yeah, we're gonna go away, but I told you guys last night that she's just too sick. It's not worth it because the room we had was not like a cheap room, and it's like a really nice hotel. And I was like, I don't want to waste it on her feeling very sick for the entire weekend. So
Yeah. it's better
when
to
she's feeling better, maybe after she's had her surgery, we'll go. If they'll hurry up,
Well, they have to find out what the issue is, don't they?
it's like 500 tests,
Oh, I know.
a
it's
million
so
different
draining.
scopes and stuff, and they're all like, "Oh, we don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, we want to do another scope."
Yeah.
It's like you already done like 4 of these in like 4 months, and they're like, "Oh, just one more." It's like every doctor we go to is like wants to every time we talk to them, they want to do their own scope, and it's like you're just putting this poor girl under more freaking surgery like constantly. And it's like we've already got results. Like we can show you the photos and the reports and things like that. And they're like, yes, but I want to see it for myself. And we're like, fucking hell, like
I know. It's just
it's
like
disappointing.
going around in
It's
circles.
disappointing because we had a meeting with 2 surgeons this week and we thought we are going to get better answers. And basically we got no answers. We got told either you're completely fucked and you're going to have a really shitty surgery, or live with it and suffer.
Well, that was one of the options. Yeah, live with it. If I think that
It's
I
possible.
could live with it. If I can't, then yeah, it will be surgery. But it's going to end in surgery. We just don't know yet exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah,
There's options they've thrown at me, but yeah, we don't know yet. It is constant waiting game, and our health system's slow, and it's just it's just frustrating, very frustrating.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. I just want to see you get better. It sucks. I hate seeing you like this.
I know. I don't like being like this.
So, for all of you that think Australian's health system is like the pinnacle of the world,
Used to be, but not anymore.
it's shit right now.
Yeah.
After COVID, the government's put no money into the health system. Yeah, I can turn my camera on. She's over here. No, you see, they can't see you. After they put the money into after COVID, they didn't put any money into the health system. So we lost a bunch of nurses and doctors and things like that throughout COVID. And then they just never replaced them, never got more doctors and nurses and things like that, never built more hospitals. Like in COVID, they're like, our hospitals were at 100% capacity. And they just went, yeah, that sounds great. Let's just not change any of that. Let's not build any bigger hospitals. Let's not train any new people. Let's not get any more doctors. We'll be fine. If this ever happens again, we'll just run it 100% again. Like it's just, and it never recovered. The health system here has just never recovered after COVID. She got an MRI. They're like, when did we apply for that? In December, right? End of December. End of December, right? They sent out the letter. They're like, we'll see you in July. July. Half a year away for an MRI. 6 months for someone who desperately needs surgery. It's crazy. I'm telling you, the health system down here is collapsing right now. It is.
Unless you have private, you can
It's
go
the only way to
private.
do it is to go private down here now.
Public.
It's turning into America. Like I know a lot of people say our health system is the pinnacle of the world or whatever. It is literally turning into America. Like we get charged to go to the doctors now. Yes, we have a safety net for everyone. Yes, that is true. I don't know if you have that in America, but we do here. There's a safety net for everyone. So say you didn't work or you didn't earn any money or something, you would always be taken care of, but it's just slow. If you have money, you have to go on to private because it's the only way you get your crap taken care of quicker. And that's basically what America is. That's basically what America is. That everyone just pays their health insurance and they all get their health insurance through their freaking insurance. And that's basically what Australia has turned into too. So for everyone who thinks Australia is some massive pinnacle of the world, it is in some ways, but in other ways it's become broken and very much gone after the USA. Like it cost. She went to the doctor the other day, and it was how much was it when you went to the GP and got a double appointment?
Oh,
$160.
yeah.
$160 so she could go to the doctor and get some prescriptions.
I get some of it back.
We got what did you get? Like $40 back. $40 under copay or whatever.
Yeah,
She got $40 out of 160 back. Like that's just to go to the doctor to get some prescriptions. And then you saw a specialist.
that was out of pocket. I know you do get some back.
That was 220,
Almost, yeah, the first appointment was
220,
and I think 180.
and then 180 was the second appointment.
You get like
So just those 3 appointments in the last week and a half was almost $1,000. Oh no, wait, like about $600-700 for 3 appointments, and that's not. And then the MRI. Yeah. Lucky her mum paid for that. $600 for the MRI. It's mental. It's mental. So people who think that Australia is some sort of golden land of health insurance, it's not. It's not. It used to be, not so much anymore. Yeah, the UK's gone. The NHS is going. The NHS in the UK is going through the same issues that Australia is having. Exactly the same. It's a very mirror image of each other. Just that Australia is about a year behind the NHS. So if you look to England, what's going on now, that's what it's going to be like in about a year in Australia. So there you go. Sorry, I wasn't supposed to turn into some sort of bitch session. I just
No, it's good for people to know that.
yeah, I think so too. I think too many people, especially around the political stuff, they just go, "Oh, look at Australia! Everyone's got healthcare." No,
We do, to some degree, we are lucky.
to some degree.
But there is that line.
There is a line, and if you have any serious health conditions, you get screwed over completely. But we do have things like PBS that brings down the cost of medication. That is very, very welcome, and it does help a lot. So we have a thing called PBS, which means a lot of the medications that are used by a lot of people of the population are subsidized by the government. So we only pay like $7 for the medication, where it might cost you in America $180. So there are some pluses and minuses, but anything to do with hospitals, surgeons, or surgery, it's just a big minefield right now. So, Ricardo says I'm a medication that costs $750 a week. I know your medication is mental. I have a grant to pay for it for the next year. After that, who knows? Is that Ricardo? And can I ask you something? Is that where you see on the American TV where they say you could be on this medication and it might help you. If you can't afford to pay for it, you can call us and like we can help you with the cost of it. Is that what the grant is? I've always wondered what that is when they say we can help you pay for it. Retirement said, yeah, I waited 6 months to get into a specialist for something progressive that the damage can't be reversed and a bill. I know, it's crazy, isn't it, guys? And I know there's a lot of people in this audience that have their own health issues and stuff. So, but people wanted to know how she was doing. So she's doing better. At least you're not in hospital, right? And you can eat some things. So
I can eat some things.
living like a queen right now. You feed your salmon. Rotisserie chicken.
Well, I mean, protein's good. So
Yeah.
it's good that I'm still able to eat that.
Eggs,
Yeah.
eggs, rotisserie chicken, salmon,
I have made
soup.
soup.
Are you bored of soup by now?
Yeah, a little.
A little bored of
A
soup?
little, but I mean, if that's how I get my veggies, so be it. So, but at least I can mix it up, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Go back to your.
Thanks for looking into me, though, guys. Thanks for thinking about me.
What are you gonna do? You gonna go back watch your telly?
Yeah.
All right. See you later. Bye. All right. I Hate Morning says the grant usually comes through the doctor's office. Oh, okay. Like a queen cat. That's right. She is the queen cat to these two. Jonas says I went to pick up a script for my daughter and it went over $1,000. That is insane. I declined because it was necessary. Then food. You declined because it was not necessary. It's mental. Yeah, try GoodRx. I heard that one is pretty good. Marjorie said, my son's biologic is subsidized by the manufacturer and a deal worked out with his insurance. It would be outrageously expensive otherwise. Our grant is a non-profit organization that helps people. It's mental that that needs to happen. April B said, I heard a dozen eggs are about $20 in Australia. They're really expensive right now. And it's a shame because it's about all she can eat. And we're going through about 12 packs a week just to keep her alive because it's about one of the only foods she can eat. And how much did you pay for those 5 ones that you just got? For 12. Yeah, so if you wanted a 24 pack like you get in the USA, it would be $20. Yep. Yep. So if you want a 24 pack, it's about 20 bucks. So yeah, eggs are mental right now. You can't get them either. There's no stock. Like maybe I can show you quickly. Oh, I don't. No. It's two things. So in summer, the chickens don't lay as many eggs as they do in winter. In winter, they lay more eggs than they do in summer. But that is compounded by the fact that the bird flu is also killing off a lot of the farms, and so it's a double problem right now. Let me see. If I wanted eggs, that because we only buy free range, because the caged eggs in Australia are not very good. They're just really bad quality. Yeah, out of stock. I can't get eggs anywhere. Hold on. Free range eggs. Let me have a look. If I type this into Woolworths, my online shopping thing, can I get... No, out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. They've got caged eggs and they got one called Straight from the Farm. These are all brands I've never heard of before. Obscure brands because that's all they can get. Yeah, basically out of stock. Can't get them. You got to go to markets and things like that to get eggs. Moonlight View says our medical system here is so overloaded and understaffed. Pharmacies struggle to fill scripts. It's a mess. Our pharmacies are pretty good, but you'll go in there to fill like one script, and you'll be sitting there for 45 minutes, and they got like 3 customers, and you'll be there for like 45 minutes. It's mental. Marylander says we have the bird flu. You have it too? Yeah, it's here as well. See, it's not the COVID. They're coming for our birds. They thought we can't get the humans. They were too strong and defeated the COVID. So they're coming for our birds now. And Gayla said that price for free range as I won't buy. Yeah, that price is for free range. What did you say? 12 Argentina eggs are between $2.75, £2.75, and $3, £3.25. That's really cheap. Are you saying they come from Argentina? That's so weird. The UK is weird. Like everything in the UK comes from somewhere else. But in Australia, 90% of our produce comes from Australia. Like our eggs are Australian, our veggies are Australian, like everything like that. It's UK is very different. They get bananas from like South America and they have spiders in it. Deborah says our eggs are $3.93 a dozen or $9.18 for 30. Still cheaper than here. My bestie's chickens don't lay many eggs in the winter. That's my favorite. Worth the 30-minute drive. Andrew says I don't eat meat. Okay. I'd say if he doesn't eat meat, he probably doesn't eat eggs. I Hate Morning says Costco is a place for eggs right now. You have to ask when the shipments come. I will go to Costco. We have a Costco 2 minutes from me. About 2 minutes away. What is it, like 5 minutes? Just down the road, yeah. We're lucky. There's only 3 Costcos in the entire of Victoria, and we live about a 2-minute drive from one of them. Okay, all right. Let's go back to true crime. What are we talking about? Is this a true crime channel or an egg channel? This is a true crime channel. It's not eggs. This is not eggs and medical. Please come to Ping's channel. Learn about the medical system and eggs. Learn about eggs and medical. That's what I'm going to change the channel name. I'm going to call it Eggs and Medical. Come to Ping's channel. It's called Eggs and Medical. All right. I want to do a checkup on that girl we were talking about yesterday. So yesterday there's a missing girl out of Queensland, and her last name is Spees. Spees? Yeah, it's spelt weird, and it's pronounced in that way. I thought it was spies, but apparently it's Spees. She's still missing, and I wanted to check if they've got the helicopter in the air today looking for her. So let's have a look. It's a really weird story because there's nothing out there. I don't know how your phone would stop working. Is that a rescue helicopter? Let's have a look. No, it's a private farm. No helicopter out there today. No search pattern. So her name is Taylor Spees. Hold on, Taylor. Which is a weird way to pronounce that. So if you missed the show last night, I wanted to show this to you, but a new update came out about 5 hours ago. They say police reveal new information in the case of missing mum, Taylor Spees. New information has come to light surrounding the movements of a missing regional Queensland mother who hasn't been seen or heard from since February 2nd. And they say footage and update here. Okay. Well, we've seen this one. This is the vehicle I showed last night. And I actually took you to the town and showed you what was out there. And there's like nothing out there. There's like nothing. It's like a tiny regional town. There's like, and outside of the town, it's just flat land. Like there's nothing out there. And they said they had a helicopter out there searching for her, but there's no trees or high canopy. It's easy search terrain. So if there was a car out there that was matching her vehicle, they would have found it by now. They say Queensland police have renewed calls for crucial dashcam footage as part of the investigation into a missing Queensland mother. New information in the disappearance of the 29-year-old has revealed the young woman left a hotel in Dalby about 8 a.m. on Sunday morning and traveled west towards Surat. A police spokesperson said the vehicle was last seen at the intersection in Surat about 11:10 a.m. I'm probably saying that town name wrong. Please, if you live in that town, be angry in the comments. With police having conducted aerial searches of the area as part of an operation to look for her. Investigators are now asking anyone who has been in the area surrounding Dalby, Surat, and surrounding areas between the hours of 10:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. on February 2nd to check their dashcam footage. Here's a photo of her. I'll get you a better photo. That one is there we go. There's a photo of Taylor there. They say Taylor is described as Caucasian with brown shoulder-length hair, blue eyes, slim build, approximately 170 centimeters tall, and has the word Karma tattooed across her chest. She was last seen wearing a fluorescent pink long-sleeve shirt and light-colored shorts. They say Detective Inspector Gary Watts said earlier police did conduct some aerial searches with Polair around the Surat area without any luck of finding her. They say along with aerial assets, they have had police patrols out looking for Taylor and her vehicle. They say we are hoping we can jog someone's memory and they come forward. There's nothing out there though. It is so weird. where would the car go? Like, so apparently she was in this vehicle. I can probably play the video for you. Yeah, this is her. Good work, Ping. Good work, Ping. You have to go back to this page. This thing's being a bugger. Why is it? There we go. So this is her. I showed this last night. So this is her vehicle here on the left. This is her here. I don't know what she's doing. Going to pick up something from this area. This giant bag that she carries back to the car. See? It's almost bigger than she is. And then she dumps that in the car and then takes off. And this is later on. This bit where you see her at the intersection is in a different location. So, oh yeah, that's what we want. We want whatever this is. What is this? Live from 3:30 p.m. Australian time. Oh, it's football. Oh, it's live. I don't think I want that. Although, who's winning? No one. They just... What? It says FT full time, and the score is 0-0-0-0-0-0. Good work. That is fantastic work.
Carla picks it up and gets a hand pass out the back to Lewis again. Her kick straight down the middle of the ground.
And watch the sport. I'll get done for copyright. Let's see. Swannies. Jonna says, "How does a car disappear?" I don't know. I'll show you out. I'll show you out there again. Let me take you out to the area, because if maybe you all have a better idea or have some better ideas than Ping does, but I can't figure it out. Let me just Google this. It is. It's a street. Yes, here, Borough Street in Surat. Okay. Borough Street. There we go. Okay. So this is the intersection up here. This is where she was seen, and then she turned right here onto this street, Cordelia. And this is where you see her in the footage. I can actually take you down here. So let's go down. So she was seen in front of this store. The hitching, is it that one? Yeah, I'm going to say yes. The hitching rail. And you see her come down this street, and then she gets here. So she's on this side where this van is. And then she turns left down here and starts to go in this direction. But what is down here? Let's go down. Let's have a look. So if you go down the street, I promise you just end up at the edge of town. There's nothing out here. So as you can see, look, it's just houses, a fire station, very like country, which is beautiful. I love Australian country. But then you just sort of get to the edge of town. Look, there's like nothing out here. Like this was like the last bit of town. And then you just get out to bushland. There's a store there, and then you get out to the highway, and this must be the entrance to town. It is. There's a sign saying Surat. So there's a bit of an old logging. That looks like old logging, right? Or cattle or something. Some sort of that. So beautiful town. Like look at this. You'd love to drive through here. It'd be so picturesque. You take a lot of photos, and it's probably hot as nuts out here. Probably a good place to go storm chasing when they have thunderstorms. But look, you just keep going out here. There's nothing out here. Like where would the car, like if they had a helicopter out here? I mean, the trees are sort of big. There's like a dried up river. Used to be a river at some point in the last millennia. It is no longer a river. Or maybe not a river, it's probably a oh no, it is. It's an old riverbed that probably not there anymore. Probably dried up over the years. And you just keep going, and there's nothing out here. So I don't know where her car could have gone. But like if she crashed on the side of the road, you would have thought they would see it, especially if they had the helicopter out here. Like you'd be able to look if there was a car rolled over, if there was bits of vehicle somewhere, you'd probably see it. It's not difficult searching terrain. It's not like you're searching in a dense forest with like trees every 1 meter. It's pretty easy to place to aerial survey. If we keep going, we'll go like a few miles outside of town. It just keeps going. A lot of countryside. Yeah, just more of the same. It's just people's properties and farming places and cattle. It's sort of like Texas. This reminds me so much of going through Texas when I was out there. It's very similar. If you've ever driven through like the Panhandle, or no, not the Panhandle, it's a bit more, bit further south. It's sort of very much like some of the drier parts of Texas. But yeah, I don't know. Like we looked last night. There's not any huge bodies of water around here. So it's not like her car could have gone into a river or something like that. Here, let me take you back here. I'll show you. There's only one bit of water. And if I go back and we go here. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. It's being a dick. Hold on. All right, there we go. There's only one river here. This is the largest body of water that I can find in the surrounding area through here. This is just outside of town in a different direction that we went across here, actually. Here, let me go down here. Let's put us right on the bridge. It's this bridge right here. So this is the only area of water that I can find around here. That would be big enough to have a car go into it and no one know. Sort of like Adventures with Purpose, where like people fall in the water and no one finds them for like 40 years. Because one of the details they released on this case was that her phone just stopped working. Like they saw it with activity and it just didn't work anymore. And I know from doing a lot of work with mobile phones and technology about one of the only things that can do that to a phone is water or killing the phone outright. Like, because a lot of these phones have internal batteries. It's not like the days of a Nokia, 5110 or whatever, and you can take the battery out. These phones have internalized batteries. And unless you break the phone and literally snap the circuit board, it'll always get a signal or it goes flat. But they didn't say it went flat. They said the phone stopped activity. That's different from going flat. They can actually tell on the tower if you've run out of battery. That's not what happened. The phone just stopped activity, which it says to me either someone took the phone and snapped it in half and threw it away, or water. Concrete can do it too, but you need a lot of concrete, sort of like an underground car park. That'll do it. Sometimes a mall will do it. If you go into a mall, there's enough metal nearby that it obscures the signal from the cell phone tower to you inside of the mall. So, but in this kind of setting out here in the bushland area, I wonder if they've searched the river. I wonder if they've searched any water nearby. This one, if they can find any others. That would be my guess, because it doesn't make sense otherwise. Big caravan park. Look at all the people. A lot of tourists. A lot of tourist people. What is this? Fisherman's Park. A lot of people head out on the river. Oh, look, 2 birds. Look at that. Whoever took this photo, what a great shot on the Google car. 2 birds. Is that? Yeah, definitely birdies. Yeah, Fisherman's Park. His boat is called Don't Ask. Is he Dexter? He might be Dexter. He might be taking his boat and dropping bodies into the ocean or the river. Who is this? Give us your license plate, Mr. Don't Ask. Can we go in there? No, it won't let us. But yeah, that's interesting. It's a big enough body of water that they have an entire park where people can go and camp and, you know, take their boats onto the water. I would be looking at the water if you ask Ping. How about a flatbed or a tow truck? Maybe. Would be interesting to know what her last communication was on her phone. That is a good idea. I don't think they have said what that phone was actually doing or who it was talking to. Too many people there? Could be. But I didn't say she went in here. This river goes for a long period of time. Here, if we go here. Let me go back to the overhead shot and I'll show you. The only reason I went here is because there's a road that goes through it, so I could show you. But maybe there's another way she got onto the river somehow. Let's go back. Let me take you just back here so I can go backwards. Okay. So this river does stretch around here. I'm going to follow it for a little bit. I don't know where it leads to. Let's have a look. So it seems to go all the way north, up through here, and then it meets other water systems up here and then separates up through here. So as you can see it going through the landscape here. It'll probably eventually meet up with another area. Wow, that is really pretty. What is that place called? Horseshoe Lagoon. I don't know if that's a lot of algae or what. That is an interesting color. Isn't that interesting? I've never heard of that place. All right, let's go back down the river. Back into town. So what if we went north? What if we tried to go the other way? Because they said she might be up near a national park. There's another crossing here. That is there any water in here? Yeah, let's go on this bridge and see if we can go on this bridge. It's not deep enough. So it does go north and it ends up here. I don't think that... Do you reckon that's deep enough for someone to lose their vehicle? Doesn't look like it, does it? It doesn't look quite... Yeah. I don't know. Maybe further up. Up there looks quite deep, but not here. It looks quite shallow through here. That's the other way this river runs. So I don't think so. I'm not sure, guys. It's very strange because here, I'll take you north a little bit on the back road. This is going out of town in the direction they say she may have went. So let me take you. This is the back road. It's slightly different landscape. The other one looked more dry and arid, but out here that looks like a little more greener. But again, there's a lot of properties out through here. Like there's this person's property, and I'm sure if someone crashed their vehicle, why is it like that? I'm sure if someone crashed their vehicle through here, there would be people who would come across it, like every day. It doesn't make any sense really. Like as you can see, like there's like homesteads and people's homes up here. Like people do farming work or, you know, just own acreage. But there's nothing out here. So I don't know what else she could have crashed into. And if she did crash on the side of the road, you would have thought they'd find her by now. That looks like a... Actually, that's weird. Oh, it's just private property. Okay. Yeah, let's keep going a little further out of town. And these are fairly recent too. These photos were taken February 2024. So right around when she went missing too. That's pretty spooky actually. That these images are so fresh. Oh no, sorry. It's 2025. Good work, Ping. So it was about a year old, these images. Good work. We're not in 2024 anymore. Yeah. Oh, that's a bit of water. Not deep enough though, is it, guys? It's not deep enough to submerge a car. Yeah, unfortunately, there's just nowhere else to go. No, it doesn't look that deep. Oh, did it, Sean? Last November. Let's have a look. They got to have done satellite images of the area. So hold on. All right. So, yeah. Okay. Let's go back over overhead. If there was still water on the ground, when would these images were taken yesterday? So these images were taken, when does it say? Image taken 2025. So they'll taken this year. I don't see a lot of standing water. Even in the plains here, like this is like the plains area. I don't see any like massive pools of water now. Like maybe back last year it did, but doesn't look like it does anymore. Yeah, I don't see a ton of if this like and the river's not overflowing now either. The river looks like it has gone back to more normal levels. So there's that river. And then they said if she went north, what else is out here? That is someone's dam on their property. Another one. They look like they got. Is that another one? Yep, another giant dam. Whoever owns this, man, what kind of house do they have? That's cool. Let's go north a little bit more. Yeah, there's no other big water sources out here. Just the river. Does go pretty far north though, doesn't it? Look. Is that the end of it? It's hard to tell with the countryside. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Apparently they went up here near the Yulba State Road up here, or Yulba Surat Road. They believe this is one of the last areas her phone pinged in around the national forest. But again, I don't know what you want me to tell you is out here. Yeah, I'll take you onto the road. Look. It's just highway, red sand highway that you could find in any Australian country song. There's no giant water sources or anything. It wouldn't be a good place to break down. That looks like you'd be there for a while. Beautiful area, but just nothing out here. So I don't know. Ping doesn't know. Yeah, I think we need more information. We need something to go off that isn't just, oh, we sort of know she was up here in the north. She may be now near this, state forest. Like that's not enough. Tell us why that phone went off. Like, tell us more details about who she was talking to. An old deserted barns or outbuilding? I haven't seen any, but it doesn't mean there's not there. It doesn't mean there isn't any. Yeah, let me just switch here. I'll go back to the overhead view. I mean, there's a lot of like farm properties. Look, is that a big enough barn for you? That thing is huge. There's a lot of them. Look, there's about 20 here. I know this is the caravan park. There is a public toilet, and then you can obviously launch your boat into that. That's that fisherman's, whatever it's called. Let's see. So, let's go up to the state park. So, yeah, state forest. So this is the state forest. For some reason, they pinged this area as one of the places they thought she might be. All right, let's go to the Condamine Highway. That's very interesting. It's like they didn't even do this. What does that say? Survive this drive. Take a rest and refresh. I'll survive, I promise. I just want to go look at the national park, thanks. Let's have a look. Beautiful countryside. I'd definitely head out here to go storm chasing. Very pretty. Let's have a look. I mean, I almost feel like we're being told lies because it just feels like whatever information they do have doesn't seem correct or it's incomplete because like if they had a helicopter out here searching for a vehicle that may have crashed or rolled over, you know, something like that, you really would have thought, look how flat it is out here. You would definitely be able to find it. It's so much like the plains in the USA. You can see for miles out here, look. It's not like difficult terrain. You can see out like 100 kilometers in each distance, look. It's like perfectly flat. Yeah, so I'm confused. I need to know more information. And I want to know why the homicide squad is involved. If this is a missing person case, I'm sort of concerned why they needed to call in homicide. Because it's not normal that they do that. Yeah, so there you go. Well, she has a baby. They keep calling her a mother. But other than that, I don't have any information about children, where the child is, you know, who's the father, no idea. They aren't giving any details of their investigation, but it seems it been turned over to homicide. Yeah, there is a thing here if I can show it to you. Traveling between that and that. Who's emailing me? I appreciate it. Let's see. We go to here. We have grave concerns about her safety. She has gone quiet in the previous times, but never for this long. It was her birthday a few days ago. She turned 29. There was no contact with family, which is out of character. It is out of character. That's it. Okay. Let me try and look up that thing where they said the homicide squad was involved. So there was no, not on this one. No, there was one we read yesterday that did say that they had brought in the homicide squad. Yeah. I'll try one more that I know of. Okay. They say missing woman Taylor Spees' mobile phone stopped working about an hour after she was last seen in rural town of Surat as investigators released the last known vision of the young mum. The fact that it just suddenly stopped working after an hour, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. It really does. Let's see, blah blah blah. Yep. Yeah, quite a large area from Yulba South. Here, they say we know some activity on her phone about an hour later, which puts her in quite a large area from the Yulba South, east of Surat, around Glenmorgan, Meandara, and the Yulba State Forest, anywhere in that area, east of Surat. East, okay. East of Surat, that's like over here. So here, so they think she's somewhere around here. Yeah, what town did they say? East of it. So that has to be this way, right? Pings, yes. East is right. So out this way? I mean, out near the state forest. Well, there's two different forests. There's this one here, and it seems to be split. And there's another one all the way up here too. Look, it seems to be disjointed. And it goes all the way up through here. So, Yulba South. That's what they said, right? Yulba South? Okay. Okay, what's this? Yulba Quarry Products. Yulba Minerals. Okay. It's a mining site. Let's see. So Yulba South, out near here. Judd's Lagoon. I don't know who Judd is. There is another body of water out here near where they say she went missing. It is a lagoon. Well, lagoon tells me it's open. It's closed-ended, right? Should only be yeah. It shouldn't have any water running into it. It's just like a weird stretch of water. I mean, maybe. Is there any others? So this is Yulba up here. I mean, I don't see anything. I don't know if you guys been watching the map with me, but I don't see a ton of things that are interesting in relation to a missing person investigation anyway. Looks like Texas. It does, right? I think so too. It looks so much like Texas. Patty L said she's so pretty and petite. A lot of crazies out there. You never know. There are a lot of crazy people. You sure wonder if she met up with someone. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It really doesn't, because like I showed you on the map, if she was out here somewhere, I truly believe if they put out a helicopter to do search pattern. Now look, they're not perfect, and there have been people that have been missed before, but it's just so like there's not a lot of tree cover. If this was dense forest, I might be, a little bit different. But look, there's just huge swaths of open flat land. So if there was a car out here, a dam for a farm, another dam, a lot of dams. Anything else? Did they say there's a hotel here? What is this? Santos Ruben Downs Camp. That's for mining, right? I'm pretty sure it's for mining. Yeah, I think it's for mining. Like that's where they store their workers. Like they put their workers in here. Like that's like for accommodation. Let's see. Like they call them a mining camp. Hey, get out. Fuck off. Sorry. I hate when that stupid Google thing does that. I don't know, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Except for we need more information, I think. Stop doing that. You stupid mother effer. Hate Google Maps sometimes. It gets too excited about stuff and just wants to open up everything. It's like, do you want this? Do you want this? We know you want this. You should go look at this, your past history. You should definitely do that. It gets overexcited. Coal mining area, is that what that place is? Yeah, guys, I don't want to keep showing you the map. There's nothing out there. Not that there's nothing out there. I think that's a bad way of putting it. There's some lovely rural communities out in that part of Queensland. And what I mean by nothing is like I can't see any giant rivers of water, or I can't see any like, a lake or something where she could have got, driven into, or even some sort of like a dam that's next to a side of a road where she could have skidded off the road and entered a body of water. It's all farmland, mining places, homesteads, that type of thing. I don't see anything like that. I don't know, guys. It's a really weird case. She seems Let me just look at this video again. I wonder why she's got her head down though. That every time I watch this video, I always wonder why she's got her head down. Almost like she doesn't want people to talk to her or bring any attention. Yeah, see how she's got her head very like looking at the ground? I don't know, maybe she saw something cool. Maybe a dinosaur. She see what is that? I'd love to know what's in that package. That package is almost bigger than she is. And the other thing is the car is white. It'd be pretty easy to spot from the air, being that it's such a bright color. And that's where she drove through town, and I showed you this. And then she turns right up out of town. See? Up that road. We went straight up that road. There's nothing out there. Like there's just more houses, farmland. It's strange. Very, very odd. She hasn't made any contact with family. Yeah. Her sister shared a post saying that she changed into a white shirt with purple writing on it and a Mimco shoulder bag in the afternoon on Sunday. That almost makes me seem like she got changed to like people said in chat, to meet up with someone. To meet up with like a guy? Is she seeing someone? I don't have more answers for you. She's thinking. Looks like a big bag of potatoes. Okay. Deborah said if they mention homicide, then they likely have information. Not always. Not in Australia anyway. In America, yes. In Australia, no. Sometimes they bring in the homicide squad because the homicide team has more like more assets that they can tap into to look for people. So, but interesting, they didn't call in the missing persons unit. That's one of the things. Like when that girl went missing in Ballarat, Melissa, they called in the missing persons unit and homicide. But this one, they said they've only called in homicide. So interesting. I don't know. You have a feeling there's a lot more to the story? Gayla says, I wear different clothes at home and change when I'm leaving. But she was already out. Like she was already, out and about. Let me see. I just want to see if I can find that quote. I just don't want to tell you like false information. Hold on, Taylor. It was someone here. It's not that one. Pink, don't do that. Oh, actually, it might be this one. Some other photos of her, in case you might see her out there, where she looks slightly different. What else they say? I want to see if they talk about the homicide squad. They don't, so just take it with a ping giant grain of salt. But I'm pretty sure I read that out last night. Who's this guy? Who's Muscle Man in the background? Is he involved? Do we need to speak to him? Is he not related? He could just be not related. Let's see. They say the family of a missing Queensland woman, Tanya Spees, has broken their silence, admitted they are out of their minds with frustration as the hunt enters its 12th day. She was last seen driving on the Carnarvon Highway. That's where we just were. I took you up that highway. That was the first one we went up outside of town. That's the highway. Just south of the Condamine turnoff, heading towards Roma. We went up there too. We did go up there near Condamine. Heading towards Roma. Okay. Let's go back. Oh, just give me the overview, you. There we go. So up here is Carnival Highway near Condamine. That's Yulbus Surat Road. How far up do you have to go? So is this where she was headed? She was heading to Roma. All right, this is Roma here. And this is the highway that she was on. Okay. It's it's the state forest right there. They said up near the state forest. again, I can't see anything along this highway that would, like, move her off the highway or, keep her from being located. Yeah, there's the Condamine Highway right here, and there's the other one. So they last saw her somewhere around here. I don't know what to tell you. And then she was heading to Roma, which is just up here. So another what? Yeah, just a little bit more. So if she just followed the highway up a little bit more, she would have ended up where she wanted to go, where she was from, up here at Roma, which is a much larger inland town, as you can see. It's got a lot more houses and businesses. It's even got a Woolworths, look. But Lake Neverfill. That's a weird name to call a lake. That's a weird thing to call a lake. Why would you do that? Yeah, anyway. There you go. So she was seen near that intersection, I guess. Back down here. Condamine. I don't know what to tell you. Except that I believe if she was anywhere along that highway, they would have found it already. There was no. There's been nothing like that. Is that a poster? Is it? I don't think so. I think that was actually a guy. That's a guy with his arms on her shoulders. Look, it's not a poster. At least I don't think so. No, it's a dude. It's a dude with his arms on her, and he's got his head on the back of her head. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So she's a courier. She owns a courier and postal business. That's what she does. That may have been why she was down in that town picking up a package for someone. That may be what that bag is. Sometimes they put smaller packages in like a larger postal bag, and then she may have been driving it to the Roma post office or something. So yeah, courier. Let's see. He's a bouncer. Ugh, okay. Hey, we don't discriminate against bouncers. Some of those people are nice people. Yeah, okay. All right. I don't have anything else to give you. I can't even give you a video to watch, except for the CCTV, because there are none. Like, no one's actually running this particular story, really. Here, I'll check again, but I haven't seen any. Yeah, no, I haven't seen any. If you search her name, nothing comes up. Yeah, what's this? Warwick Daily News. Let's have a look. But no one left any comments? Okay. Alright, I'm just going to search her on Facebook. And I want to see what people are talking about. Crime Watch for Logan. So people are saying here, what are they saying? About the same thing. There's that video. Here, let's have a look at the comments. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff. Yeah, so some people are saying that if that car had to keep driving these long distances, she would have to get fuel from somewhere. And that is true. 2 weeks and not filling the car up, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. A lot of confusion with maybe she doesn't want to be found. A lot of people saying in these comments that maybe she doesn't want to be, maybe she doesn't want to go back home or something. Odd. They say this is showing that this woman clearly does not want to go home to their partner. Leave them be. If they're not willing to go home and have been spotted alive, they're not missing. They've run for a reason. Well, no, she hasn't been seen. there was one sighting of her and it was momentary. Yeah, let's look at some more comments. This is from the family, apparently. Some guy said she's not missing. She was at a pub with Benjamin George last night in Grafton. Grafton? In New South Wales? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Is the search between rumors happening? Yeah, let me see. I want to go to her sister. Does her sister have any update? Let's see. Can we play this?
Taylor's 29th birthday came and went. She's been missing since February 2.
We have grave concerns about the welfare of Taylor.
She was last seen driving a white 2017 dual cab Toyota Hilux in the Surat area with a Queensland Rego 559GJ7. CCTV of Taylor that morning shows her leaving a motel carrying a big bag. The trace went cold just after 11 a.m. when she was last seen driving onto Cordelia Street.
There have been times where Taylor has gone off the network, so to speak, for a couple of days.
But nearly 2 weeks later, her disappearance is anything but normal. The first 48 hours crucial in the search for missing persons.
Hence our public appeal to see if we can narrow it down to, number one, where that vehicle is, and number two, where Taylor is.
Police carried out a thorough aerial search, but nothing was found. Anyone who was travelling between Dalby and the Surat area are urged to check their dash camera vision.
In the Surat area, and I don't want to limit the area too much. It's a quite a wide area. We're looking in the Surat area.
Taylor's family have taken matters into their own hands, yesterday organising a search. She's described as having a slim build around 170 centimetres tall with blue eyes and a Karma tattoo. Tom Duffy, 7 News.
Mate, can I...
So, are you saying that guy has a worse voice than me? All right. Should I work for Channel 7? Maybe I can. There you go. It's the only video I've ever seen other than the ones I've been doing on this channel and a couple of other true crime people from Australia. But really, like, F all. Is there any update? Rick. Let's see. Rick. That's a funny photo. He says, a massive thank you to everyone who helped out yesterday. That must be for the search. A special mention to Josh from WDC in Chinchilla, who has no ties to our family but gone out of his way to fly his chopper from Chinchilla to Surat to assist the search from the air. Thank you, buddy. There have been a lot of people that have gone above and beyond, and our family will be forever grateful. It doesn't sound like they had a positive search yesterday, otherwise they would have had a lot more, like, you know, happy yay, like, meeting points. Yeah, it doesn't sound like they've had. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna put out a message to both these people, and I'll see if they want to come on tomorrow night, and I'll see if they want to come and talk about Taylor on the show tomorrow night. So it wasn't that's actually a reporter. Herring is private. Yes, Herring is private. I don't know what that means. She also had an events business. Wolf Creek? I don't think it's Wolf Creek. Oh, her IG is private? Oh, really? Oh. Someone mentioned in the comments that she seemed almost paranoid. like someone was following her. And I was like, wow, that's an interesting thing. I wonder if she thought, you know, I don't know, ex-husband, who knows? But maybe someone was following her. She has an events business. I'll have to look that up. I'll contact Ricky and her sister today, and I'll see if they want to come on tomorrow and talk about Taylor. And then they can yell at me about pronouncing their last name incorrectly, which that's okay. As long as they want to come talk about it, that's fine. All right. Yeah, I didn't see that. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. That's it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get out of here. Danny, thank you. I didn't see Danny gifted the membership earlier. Did I say thank you? I hope I did. Danny, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And of course, my friend RX Girl. That is very kind. I really don't have anything else to tell you about Megan. I think we're done with that for now. Justice has been served for now. And should anything come up in the future, we'll deal with it then. I think there is a bunch of things we could dissect about, you know, Megan's life and things like that, but I think we should just leave it alone for now. So, no, but I did. No, but I did? Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I was like, what do you mean? The ping's mind is breaking down. After about 2 hours on air, your mind starts to turn to mush because you've been reading so many different stories and details and comments that it just doesn't work properly anymore. I think if you ask any streamer, they will say the same thing, that after about the 2 hour mark, you start to go a bit bonkers, especially because we haven't had a lot of videos tonight. Not a ton of videos have come out. Actually, before we go, I want to show you one last thing. I want to show you, by the way, the title is not a direction at Taylor. It's just the first story that we talked about. So if anyone reads this and goes, oh my God, they're calling her dumb. No. It's just the first, people. I want to show you just a little bit of what happened in Port Hedland before we go. I want to show you the aftermath of the Category 5. All right. Just want to see if we can... Oh, that didn't work. All right. Let me go here. They say the cyclone has now weakened, luckily, but it did make it as a Category 5, which is so brutal. It really is. ABC News 20 hours ago. No, we don't want 20 hours. Let me go here. Wait, what was that? Ah, don't worry about that. Century Oil. No. We want the cyclone. All right, here we go.
Cyclone Zelia has been downgraded to a Category 1 system, weakening in intensity as it crosses through WA's far north. But the storm made landfall east of Port Hedland yesterday around midday local time as a Category 4 system, bringing strong winds and heavy rains.
Well, ABC meteorologist Nate Byrne joins us now from Karratha. That's west of Port Hedland. A very, very early morning for you at the moment there. Nate, we know that the storm has been downgraded. What can you tell us on the latest on Zelia?
Well, the latest is now a tropical low. She's our ex after what was a pretty wild Valentine's Day for the northwest of WA, Fauzi. A morning, and you're right, it is very early, but nothing out of the ordinary for us. What is out of the ordinary is how this system's been behaving. But overnight, the rainfall has been pretty incredible for parts of the northwest interior. The focus now away from the coast and around Marble Bar. We've seen 280 millimetres just about. and a place called Marble Bar. And people might know Marble Bar for being one of the hottest places in the country. Well, now it's one of the wettest at the moment. We've got major flooding occurring on 4 separate rivers. This is just moisture that's been dragged from further north in the tropics. Normally, all of that moisture ends up being dumped near the coast, and so Marble Bar doesn't get that much. What we've seen is rivers, some of them jumping 10 meters. That's, stack 5 and a bit nates on top of each other, and you'd just be poking my head above the water. These rivers have gone from having nothing in them. Like literally some of the gauges were reading slightly negative because there was no water to even get them wet enough to work properly. But now 10 meters or more. Now that means that communities are cut off right across the region. We still can't get even to Port Hedland. This is 150 k's inland. Small communities, yes, but there are many Indigenous communities and small townships that now can't get to each other. Now that we've transitioned out of a tropical cyclone situation, it's severe weather warnings around Newman, including places like Three Rivers, Narragain. This is still a very much live situation. Heavy rainfall is still possible, with some totals getting to 120 millimetres a day as this continues to track southwards. But luckily here in Karratha, things have calmed down. Yesterday when we got here, we were still under cyclone warning. Now that quickly changed, but it was still very gusty, very heavy in the atmosphere. And sure, here, it's still the tropics and it's the early hours of the morning, but still perfectly still and calm. And so this place is certainly sighing a big breath of relief, as are many along the coast. Although, of course, where it made its crossing at De Grey, we're still uncertain about exactly what's happened on the ground.
I want to take you back to yesterday, Nate.
So I'm going to leave it there. As you heard, they're getting crazy amounts of rain. Some rivers even went up 10 meters like overnight. Some of them were even negative values because there was no water in the rivers. And now they're 10 meters deep. So that is pretty crazy. Deborah says the guy in the photo is a friend of hers named Tyrod Norford. Oh, okay. Thanks. I don't know. I didn't care who the guy was. that was Sean. No, wait, was it Sean? Someone said it. I blame Sean. Gayla says, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit it before the end. I would appreciate it. This is the longest show we did all week, I think. I think we cut off the show pretty early all week because I had to run, unfortunately, for a lot of the week. So this has been the longest one. Yeah, we're leaving, my friend. we're on our way out for the night. We just got done of 2-hour show. So go back in the show. We talk about the world's dumbest criminals in our first story tonight. You can go back and listen to that. It is a story well worth hearing, and it is quite funny. What? Shows him in the article above. Okay, I believe you. I believe you. I don't know what we're talking about, but I believe you. Okay. All right, we're going to get out of here. Hey, I want to thank Sean, by the way. I saw a thing just come through. Thank you for that, Sean. I appreciate it. By the way, we are still heading out to Morwell in about 2 months' time. In about 2 months' time, we're heading out to Morwell for a week or two, and we're going to the trial of Erin Patterson. And this will be my first live trial, so we've been gearing up. We've been testing like mobile microphones and things because I won't have this microphone with me. Well, I'm going to take a microphone with me, but I can't take this giant, setup that we have here in the, in the office here. So we've been testing like mobile streaming and stuff like that, and it's going to be an interesting trial. I don't know how it's going to work. All I know is I'm going to be there, and I'll bring you as much information from the trial as I can. I don't know how often I'm going to be able to go live because we can't go live in the courtroom, or at least I don't think we're allowed to. So you guys are going to have to wait till the end of the day, and then I'm going to get out of court, get back to my hotel room, and then I will do a live show. But it's probably going to be about this time every day because court finishes at 4 in the afternoon. So probably about an hour ago would be the start of the live show during court days. So we're going to be at court in April for Erin Patterson. And yeah, thank you to Sean for that. I appreciate it. To the people who are still supporting the channel with donations, I appreciate it. They have dropped off dramatically since last year, but the people who are still doing them really are helping out. We've got so many big projects coming up this year. It's like heading away for 2 weeks for trial, which is going to be bonkers. Luckily, we saved up some money from last year, so we saved up a little bit to help us. Sean, I appreciate it. Thank you. Deborah says that guy has a lot of pics of dead pigs on his Facebook. Kind of weird. I don't think it's kind of weird. That's just country people. There's a lot of people who go hog shooting, like they go shooting wild boar, especially in Queensland. I don't think it's like that weird. I think it's just a country mindset. Like they just do that type of thing. A lot of hunting, a lot of shooting. Like that's just the way of life out there. So yummy. You like wild boar? I don't think I've ever had wild boar. Don't think so anyway. I don't think I've had that. But yeah, we'll see. I'm going to contact these two people, see if we can organize a interview for tomorrow night, or tomorrow night for you guys, tomorrow day for me, if they aren't out searching for Taylor. And then I'll see what we can do. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. I appreciate it. Gayla says when we lived in Germany, we had loads. It's a big food group over there. They like their wild boar. They like their wild pig. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll be on tomorrow. If Trish is not doing a woo-woo tomorrow night, I will be on at 10:30 Eastern, a little earlier for Saturday night. And we'll be on for about 2-3 hours tomorrow. So I have nothing to do tomorrow. So we got a long live show. No appointments tomorrow, no medical, nothing like that. So we got a opportunity to have a long live show tomorrow. Deborah says, and do they take pics of dogs eating them? Yes, that is pretty common. Yeah, sorry you have to see that, but it is common. She's not on tomorrow. Okay, I will see you at 10:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. I will take her slot for tomorrow night, and I will try organize an interview with Taylor's family. I'll see if they want to. They don't have to, but I would like to speak to them. Hey Thavi, how are you? 3:30 a.m. in the UK. In the UK. All right. Bye. See you tomorrow. 10:30 Eastern. Bye. Hopefully, maybe Taylor will be found by then. That'd be good. All right. Bye. See you later.